So now a few other random bits of kit that you'll need that you may not have thought of. The first one is a tripod. If you're doing static filmed videos, like I mentioned, tutorials, lookbooks, that kind of thing, you're definitely going to need a tripod. And of course you'll need to consider things like how heavy it is, how tall it goes, how sturdy it is if you're going to be moving around a lot. It's 100% must have. But another type of tripod you might want to consider is the bendable Gorilla Pods. If you're going to be doing travel vlogs or handheld vlogs where you've got a little light camera, you might want to try putting them on trees or on chairs to try and get more versatile images. And those are really, really portable. So for my travel vlogs, I have a small camera with a flip-up screen. I'm going to talk about cameras a bit later. And I have it on one of those versatile tripods that I can just take around with me. So those are the two different types of tripod you might want to consider. The next thing you're going to need if you're using a DSLR and you're sat down again formally like this is an external microphone. The built-in microphones on cameras are really no good at all, so I'd really, really recommend investing in an external one. I have the Rode VideoMic Pro, but it's up to you. I'll include a few examples of microphones that you might want to consider, and of course that information will update over time, so have a bit of a browse on the internet on which external microphones are the best. As I mentioned briefly, I have two separate cameras. I've got my big DSLR, which is actually a Sony a6 V, which I use for my sat-down videos like this, which gives really beautiful imagery. And then I also have a fun, portable vlog camera, because the big DSLR you're not going to be able to use for vlogging. First of all, it's too heavy. Second of all, it doesn't have a flipping selfie screen so you can see what you're doing. And third of all, you're going to be far too zoomed in. I'm going to talk about lenses in a bit, but the lenses I use are a 50 or a 35, and for vlogging you need more like a 28, because otherwise it's far too zoomed in. So even if I hold it here, my face isn't going to fit in the screen. So I would recommend, if you want to do vlogging, like out and about travel vlogs, weekly vlogs, you get a little handheld point and shoot camera. I've got the Canon G7X, which is a really popular one with YouTubers, but you also might want a static camera like this DSLR to use for sat down videos. So you might want both, you might just want one or the other. The handheld one is probably going to be good enough to do sat down videos if you want to really save money at the start, but I decided to invest in both and make sure my channel was a really high quality right from the get-go. I've already mentioned you're going to need some bits and pieces in your background, and lots of people change their backgrounds to match along with the seasons. So Zoella, who is going to be our #1 example for YouTube because she's the queen, she has 10 million subscribers, has an Easter background, and then she'll change it to a summer background, then a Christmas background with different colour palettes, that kind of thing. So you might want to consider changing your background over time, but certainly it's extra equipment you're going to want to consider. And similarly, for the close-up shots, I at the moment just hold them up to the camera and have the background really blurred out. But some people like to do product shots on a surface where perhaps you've got the makeup palette and some sequins or some pom-poms or some cakes around it to make it look nice. So you should certainly have a nice background, maybe wooden table or a marble tile, but you also want to have some little bits around to make it look nice, like necklaces or something. So you want to consider those extra little bits and pieces for your channel as well. Something that might be a little bit further along in your journey, depending on what kind of videos you're doing, is a teleprompter. I've got this one off of eBay, which I think costs around £100–150, and you can just put your iPad into it and that will show you the words that you need on the screen. So if you don't already know what a teleprompter is, it's a piece of glass that goes in front of your camera lens where the text comes up on the screen so that you can read it, but it looks like you're looking directly through the lens. So sometimes for these videos that's useful for me to have, and if you're doing a formal business tutorial on YouTube, you might want to have a teleprompter. Depends how confident you are on talking to the camera, depends how long your video is going to be, depends how much technicality there is and how much budget you have, but that's another option to consider. And finally, a couple of little things that I've learned along the way is invest in a huge memory card. I was going along for a while with one that was about 8 GB, and then I just bought one that was 32 GB. I can record 2 hours of HD footage and then I just don't have to think about it. So I'd really recommend investing in a big memory card. They're not expensive these days on Amazon. And also, for a similar reason, a spare battery. Of course, your camera will come with a battery, but I immediately order a spare battery so that I can always have, if I'm out and about doing a travel vlog, I can have a second battery with me so it doesn't run out. Or even here today, if I'm filming and it's running low, I've always got another battery on charge so I can just swap it in. You really don't want to get caught out by silly small things like that. So just spend the 10, 20, £30 on buying those extra things to make your life a whole lot easier.